I hope you're watching this video before it's too late, before payday, which usually happens on a Friday. I'm putting this video out on a Thursday, but I'm hoping you get to watch this before you get your paycheck. And this is why. Before the direct deposit goes in, before you go into the bank with that piece of paper and sign your name and get the cash back or deposit in your account. I hope you get to see this first. And I want to walk you down memory lane with me, and I want to give you a few tips to help you not be the old version of myself. Okay, so tomorrow is Friday, which means a lot of people get paid on Fridays. Sometimes Thursday nights, sometimes Fridays. If you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, this all pertains to you, right? So to me, Friday meant Friday, Friday, Friday. Now, if I was standing, I would give you the full dance, but I'm going to spare you from it. What I want to talk to you about is that feeling on Friday. I'm going to give you some tips for yourself, but I want you to hear this story first. I want you to come with me on my journey of a hot mess. Okay. All week long, you look at your bank account and you see that your balance is low. You're not really looking at the numbers. You're not really looking at the transactions. You're looking at your balance. And sometimes your balance looks good. Oh, wow, I have more money in there than I thought. But you don't have a budget. You don't have a budget and you don't have a financial plan. So you really have no clue what you have coming out next. If you have things set up on direct deposit, or if there's a bill that you have to pay, or your kid needs something for school that you're supposed to write a check for, or send cash to the school. Oh, there was a birthday party coming up this weekend. That balance, you don't see that. You see the money, right? So you see the money and you think you've got some. And because you think you've got some, it feels good. You feel like you're in a good place, right? So then time goes on and the weekend comes and you spend, because now your paycheck is in. Whether it's direct deposit or you deposit yourself, you see money in that account. And it looks like you have money. But not only does it look like you have money, it feels like you have money. I'm trying to describe the feeling. It feels good. It feels warm. It feels like, oh, okay, I'm safe. I don't have the burden of fear of not having enough for the moment. I don't have that feeling of I can't go buy something. So I don't have a budget. I see a bank balance because my check went in. And when you get paid and you look at your check, and no matter how good it is, you think that that money is yours, right? So you look at that money and it's yours and you're excited. It's Friday. Maybe you get takeout. You order pizza? Pizza. We don't feel like pizza. So you order a good meal. Maybe you go out to dinner. Maybe you get fancy and go to Applebee's. Or maybe I'm kidding about fancy at Applebee's. Work with me here. Or you do Uber Eats. Let's say you do Uber Eats. You pay the $50,000 service fee, plus the tip, plus your $20 meal, comes to $50,500. Of course, I'm exaggerating here. But if you've ever ordered from Uber Eats, it'll hit you in the pockets. So you do that. And then Sunday comes, you don't feel like cooking, so maybe you order out. Or you go on Amazon and you look at all the things you didn't know you needed. You know, those things that you didn't know you needed. Or maybe you take a trip to the store and you look around and you know the season's changing, so you want to decorate your house, so you buy things. You swipe. You use the plastic. Because you don't have a financial plan, you don't carry cash, you use your card. Your debit card. Because you're responsible. You're not putting it on a credit card, you're using your debit card, which comes directly out of your bank account. Saturday comes, you buy some stuff. You come in the house with big bags. Oh, it's home decor. I'm investing in my house, making my house pretty. Come in the house with the bags. You put the stuff away. It feels good. You look how pretty everything looks, and you think about the nice meals you have, or you went out to dinner with your family, or maybe you took the kids bowling, or went to the movies, and you went to the movies as a family of 5, and you spend over $150 to see a movie, but when you're at the movie, everybody gets treats. Or if you go to the movie theaters I like to go to, you have dinner or lunch there, and you're paying for everybody in your family, so you spend it. But you knew you got paid on Friday, so that money is there. And you feel good and you're spending. Later Saturday evening comes, great weekend, having a great weekend. Sunday comes, and you start thinking about going back to work if you work, or if your spouse works, or you start to feel that Sunday blues because it's going to start the new work week. But then Sunday night, you go to sleep. And you toss and turn, but you really don't know why you're tossing and turning. Your spirit isn't right. You don't know why your spirit isn't right. You just know something is off. And on Sunday night, you go to sleep, partially peaceful because you're laying there thinking about all the things you did since Friday, since you got paid. And then you wake up on Monday morning. Not only do you face the work week, you faced your bank account. Yes, your bank account. And this, my friends, is what I call the Monday morning scaries. I've made it up. I even wrote about it in the Budget Mom wrote a book, and I'm in chapter 8. And in that chapter, I talk about the Monday morning scaries. That is what I named it. Because it is a feeling of trepidation. It is fear. It is fear, but it's fear based off of facts. Because now I get to look and see what's in the bank. And I look and see what's in my checking account. And then I'm like, oh, damn, the car payment came out? Oh, wow. Where'd all that money go that was in our account on Friday? Where's all the money? I was feeling good. I had money left over from last week. And then our paychecks went in. And our balance was huge compared to what it is now. Why is our balance so low? And then I look at it and I see Uber Eats. And maybe Target, and maybe Walmart, or the dollar store, or the movies, or the bowling. And that all adds up. I clearly overspent over the weekend. But Monday also brings the car payment. Oh crap, it's the end of the month. Time to pay the electric bill. Have to pay that. Where's that coming from? Where's the electric bill coming from? Now, I get the jitters, right? The jitters, you get the feeling of fear. But you did this to yourself, right? You did this to yourself. I knew when I was living life that way that I did it to myself. And I say to myself because I am the person who handles the books. My husband has trust in me. We make big purchases together and we discuss these things. But his faith in me was that I was making the decisions based off of me knowing what was coming up, how much we had to spend. My poor husband. However, I have grown and evolved a lot from there. Hence the name of my channel, Evolve with Grace. And I give myself grace for those experiences because I've learned so much from it. And I think it was Lao Tzu. I think he's a philosopher, Lao Tzu. I know that, oh my gosh. Great speaker. I forgot his name. May he rest in peace. Wayne Dyer. Yes, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He talked about learn, do, teach. So you learn something, you do the thing, and then you share it with other people. That's why I'm here. I'm learning. I learned. I did it, and I'm sharing it with you. I am not ashamed or embarrassed to talk about my old self because my old self is what got me to where I am today, and I'm very proud of how far I have come when it comes to identifying needs versus wants, my personal finance journey. And I'm also very proud of how I share that with other people. I am a certified life coach. I am a certified financial behavior strategist. I'm going to get on here and talk about money often because my channel, Evolve with Grace, was about the evolution of to where I am today as a 50-year-old mom, wife, life coach, full-time working employee. I'm still evolving and learning. Now a new YouTuber. So this whole thing is a journey. Life is a journey. You keep trying new things, you keep learning, you keep growing. And my thing is learn, grow, share, learn, do, teach. So I need you to write in the comments, can you relate to this? Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been in a position where you get so souped and excited by the bank balance and the fact that your paychecks went in that you just lived life without a plan? Living life without a plan. I'll talk a lot about budgeting here. Today, I set up my March budget. We were on vacation for the week. First thing this morning, I got my budget book out and I set up March. I plan for March. I know what everything has to be paid versus what I have available for spending, saving, investing, paying debt. Yes, I have debt. I'm sharing this with you because, again, payday is coming. And if you're anything like me, and you could just be a person without a plan. I'm not saying you had the same life experience. If you did, I feel your pain. I've been there. Life without a plan, when it comes to your personal finance, can really, really hurt you. It gives you a level of fear and stress that can be empowering if you harness it and you learn something from it, or it could be debilitating. It could cause problems in your relationships. It can cause problems with how you interact with your children. The idea of not having a plan means you're doing things, you're flying by the seat of your pants, but that stress shows up in different ways. Maybe it's your temper, or you're hiding the dirty secret of your stress when it comes to finances, that you connect with your family differently. Maybe you're short on patience when it comes to your children, or you stay quiet because all these things are going on in your head and you're kind of distancing yourself from your partner because you're dealing with something that you're ashamed of to share. This is what happens when you get that deposit or that paycheck comes and you don't tell your money where to go or what to do. What tips I want to share with you is this. It is payday for someone somewhere. And if you haven't had your payday and you get paid tomorrow, or if you're watching this on a Monday, you're going to hopefully get paid at some point. You don't have a budget. Okay, that's fine. Baby steps. But you need to look at your now and your near future. So my suggestion would be to look at what you have coming out for the next week. What's going on in your life? Get a calendar and write down what you have coming out. Do you have a car payment that's due? Does your kid need money for school pictures or for a school trip? Do you have a birthday that you are attending? Is your kid going to a birthday? That's going to cost money. And without saying that you have a budget, you can look at that particular scenario and say, all right, how much do I want to spend on a birthday present? Does your kid have a sweet 16? Where I live, sweet 16s were ridiculous. They're like weddings. But my one daughter it felt like she was going to a sweet 16 every week with the same kids. So it was a different dress, which was the norm where I lived. So the idea of saying, no, you can't go, was something that I struggled with. Now she's at that age where she says no to things for herself. Good for her. However, it's a part of life. So my first tip, look at your now. Look how much money you have in your account. Look at your bills. Look at your bills and see what needs to come out. And if you don't know because you went on paperless or you don't look at the paper and you have the stack of mail sitting on a table somewhere or on a desk, look in your bank account and see what came out of your bank account this month. What bills were due? What's coming up? You don't want to be surprised when it comes to your money. That surprise is not a good surprise. It is a It is a energy sucking vampire. Surprise. You don't want that for yourself. So you look at that. What's coming out? What do I want to do this weekend? Do I want to go to a movie? I'm a person who has sinking funds. I have an envelope that's marked family fun. And in that family fun envelope is money to do things with my family. That is fun. We just went away on our 30-year wedding anniversary. We went to an all-inclusive in the Bahamas, but we still had money that came from the family fun envelope in case there's anything extra that we wanted to purchase, whether it's souvenirs or anything fun, any kind of excursions. We had that money in our family fun envelope. Now, that family fun envelope normally grows till the summertime because we tend to barbecue more. We have a pool in our yard, so we like to entertain. So that family fun money is money that we use for those expenses. If you are starting out and you're not in a position that you have a fund for family fun, then you need to pick a thing and see if you can fit it in your week's worth of spending. You should be looking at your money on a monthly basis. Some people do a budget for a yearly basis. I'm talking to the person who has been terrified of budgeting and has maybe never budgeted before. You need to look at what your now is. You don't want to wake up on Monday morning with the scaries. So you look and you say, okay, for the next 7 days, this is what I have coming up. I have these bills that have to come out first. And if it's your car payment, your electric bill, your water bill, whatever kind of bill it is, that needs to come off of that balance. That money goes in from your paycheck, you know what's coming out. This is the abridged version of how to get your finances in a good position. Boom, you do that. Then you look and say, okay, what extracurricular activities are coming up? What commitments have I made? How much is that? Okay, fine. You look at your bank account afterwards and it says $50 that you have left. Well, now you know your fund can only fit in that 50. Do you have, this is after you've had money for food, you know, this is what's left in that account. You look at that and you say, all right, I have $50. Do I want to dedicate my $50 to the bowling alley or out to eat or to a movie? Or can I sit home and watch something on television or watch YouTube or a streaming service or free TV? What can I do? Because maybe this week isn't the week that you get to do all the extra things. And if you prioritize it, your money based off of what you really enjoy and what you love to do, then you find a way to fit it in. Next week. No, not out now does not mean no, not ever. So if you're in a position that you have some extra spending that you can loosen the reins a little bit, fine. If it seems like there's a lot left, you need to look at what you have coming up in the next week or in the next couple of weeks and the next month. People are budget adverse like they are when it comes to a diet, and they're afraid of it because it seems like deprivation. Deprivation for things, the shiny objects, the experiences that last a couple of hours, weighs nothing on the scale when it comes to stress, fear, ulcers, knots in your stomach, lack of sleep, lack of positive energy, crankiness, moodiness, fear some more. Yeah. Are you willing to pay all that for that thing, for that experience that is going to be a distant memory, so that when the next time you look at your paycheck or you look at your bank account, you wonder where your money went? You really need to pause. Pause. Stop and think about what you need to do for yourself. Pay for your peace of mind. Buy your peace of mind before you buy anything else. Because that's one thing that is irreplaceable. Your peace of mind cannot be replaced with objects, things, or experiences. Don't rob your future self by making decisions out of emotion or desire at the moment, because that's fleeting and that's going to pass. But your long-term game has to always be your focus. But if you're not there, start here. Start here with that paycheck, that money that goes into your account. You know, the money that you gave your time for, maybe you had to be aggravated for, maybe you had a boss that got on your last nerve for. maybe giving up sleep for because you had to go to work, but you really wanted to stay in bed. Maybe you were sick and you didn't want to go to work. Well, if you did all that to get that check, don't blow it. Don't waste it. Again, thank you for watching this video. If you got to the end, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone's support on this new YouTube journey with me. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Have an amazing day. Hold on to your money, friends.